Hotel status. Shortcut to hotel status. Using credit cards not to do the full legwork to get the hotel status. A warm welcome to Canada Credit Card Expert channel. Today we are going to explore 3 hotel chains that enable you in Canada to actually get status without actually the mattress run. And that means without actual staying in the hotel. Do you need a credit card? What kind of credit card do you actually need? And actually there is one option which, guess what? You don't even need a credit card. Let's actually start by mentioning Marriott International Hotels. That is the world's 4th largest hotel chain by the number of properties. But it is the largest hotel chain by number of rooms available. There are actually over 1.6 million rooms worldwide available for you. And with the co-branded American Express Bonvoy card, which has both versions of personal and business, you could actually access this hotel chain. Would you actually like to have the card for the status? Well, the answer is probably no, but do you want to have the card in general? The answer is probably yes. Let's actually explore that. The American Express Marriott Bonvoy personal version is $120 a year. The business version is $150 a year. 2 points, Marriott points that is, per anything else, which means non-accelerated or pretty much anything which is not staying with Marriott, is pretty impressive when you compare it to other cards. And that is because Marriott Bonvoy point is roughly 1 cent per point when it comes to redemption. You could do much better than that, but that is a rough figure to actually, it's a kind of a thing to actually work by when you want to do your calculation. 2 points means pretty much 2 cents on every dollar on non-accelerated purchases with this particular credit card. However, you do also get a totally free night with Marriott, subject to some conditions, so that could probably even out the $120 you spend on the personal version. If you do get the business version, it gets much better because you will actually get 3 points, Marriott points that is, per $1 spent on eating out, travel, and even on gas. So that is pretty impressive. Now, having said all that, you don't actually need this particular card for the lowly silver status. Let's have a quick look. There are 5 tiers of Marriott. Silver is the one at the bottom. Now, all it is essentially 10% bonus points on Marriott spend. That is, if you stay, you will get 1 point extra for the 10 points you get per each US dollar spent on this hotel. Now, that's not much, and well, actually, it does actually show you priority late checkout and potentially some upgrades, but that is rarely the case. And we would even say in North America, it's never the case. So would you actually get the card or cards, whether it's business or personal, for the sake of status? The answer is no. Would you actually get it for miscellaneous spend and a free night? A definite yes. That is the first shortcut, but let's actually elevate it a little bit. Do you want to move on to the gold elite status with Marriott? You could actually see it in the very same chart. Now, you could do that. Well, there are actually 2 ways of actually doing it. Remember the Amex Bonvoy credit card? Well, if you were to spend $30,000 a year on this particular credit card, you would get the gold elite. Do you actually want the gold elite? Well, that would slightly ameliorate the situation. Instead of 10% bonus points, you would get 25% bonus points. Then you get a late checkout, 2 p.m. And the upgrades, well, that becomes much better, especially if you're outside North America. Anecdotally, we could actually tell you, if you travel in places such as South America or the Far East, that has become a little bit more significant. Would you actually like to spend $30,000 on this particular card annually just to get the gold? Well, the answer is probably not unless you have a lot of miscellaneous spending. There are much better cards for accelerated spending, so that would negate the fact that you actually need this particular card. But there is another way of getting the Gold Elite by Marriott. That is by getting another rather famous card in Canada, the American Express Platinum card. Would you actually get the Platinum card just for this particular status? Oh no. But would you get it for all the other great stuff that comes with it? Maybe yes, maybe not. But we do have a link right at the bottom that will actually show you whether you actually, well, what we think about the platinum versus the gold for those of you who do any amount of traveling. But that is for a different discussion in the video below. Let's actually move to the second hotel chain that we would like to mention today, the Hilton worldwide hotel chain. Well, this one is the third largest in terms of rooms available, 1.2 million. However, in terms of the amount of hotels, we are now talking about being sixth in the world, and that is still impressive. With the American Express Platinum card, you will be getting the gold status with Hilton. Now, Hilton has gold and diamond on top of it. So gold is essentially the second highest, unlike being the fourth highest in the case of Marriott. And gold with Hilton is by far better than gold in Marriott. And the reason being, you are much more likely to get upgrades, especially outside North America, that is. But then the bonus points would amount to 80%, not 25%. And most importantly, if you do actually have the American Express Platinum enabling you to get the status, well, guess what? You will be getting breakfast for two outside North America, of course. In North America, you get a little bit of cash, F&B, food and beverage credit, which doesn't amount to much. So if you do travel outside North America, Hilton Gold is becoming, well, that is enticing by far. So you either get the gold with Hilton via the Amex Platinum, or you could get any of these Platinum card gold status with Marriott, or you get the silver status through the American Express Bonvoy with Marriott as well. Now, we would like to mention one more hotel chain. In fact, this particular hotel chain is the fourth largest in the world in terms of rooms available, nearly 1 million, but number 7 in the amount of actual properties for you to select. It does not have a credit card in Canada, and you might be asking why you're mentioning that. IAG1, that is the loyalty program from 2022 with 5 elite tiers. Look at the chart now. You can actually get the Platinum Elite, which is the second highest, by just joining the Intercontinental Ambassador Program. Now, a word about the elite status here. Diamond Elite, which is the highest of the IAG1, is still not stellar. Let's just say is roughly like the Hilton Gold, so to speak, in very, very rough terms. Platinum Elite would be somewhere between the gold of Marriott and the gold of Hilton. So it does actually give you 60% top up to your points earned on IAG and some other perks such as rollover nights, as well as some specific discounts on reward nights. But at the same time, the best thing about getting this particular status is the IAG points will never actually expire for as long as you keep this particular status. So if you do tend to use with IAG, that could actually be great. But let's actually focus on the Intercontinental Ambassador Program. Right now on the screen, you see the specific page where you could actually register for the program. No credit card, but 225 United States dollars will get you the ambassador participation, and that means for 12 months. And here are the 4 perks of this particular program. And these perks, by the way, only apply to intercontinental hotels. And that is one of the 19 brands under the IHG roof. And this is a high-end one. So definitely if you do tend to stay with Intercontinental, the over 200 or so hotels globally, that could actually be great. Definitely if you stay more than once. In many cases, it could do the trick by actually staying only once. And if you do stay with Intercontinental once and any other IAG hotel, and obviously you would probably know Crown Plaza and Holiday Inn Express, very big brand around airports, etc. So this particular program could be very appealing. So what are the 4 perks that are unique for stays with Intercontinental? Well, the very basic one is F&B food and beverage credit to the tune of 20 United States dollars. that is nice. Not a lot. It could help here and there for a drink at the bar or maybe part of the breakfast pay. The second one, which is more appealing, possibly, is the guaranteed room upgrade. Now, that could mean a lot of things. It could be a higher floor, or it could possibly mean like a better room. So your mileage might vary. The third one, which seems extremely appealing, especially if you have a late flight out, that would be a guaranteed 4 p.m. checkout. And the final, fourth feature of this particular program is probably the best and the one attractive for most people for actually registering in the first place. And that is a free weekend night when 2 nights weekend stays are actually booked with Intercontinental. Again, this is only at Intercontinental brand. Now, a weekend night is Friday, Saturday or Sunday, unless you're in the Middle East, where that would be Thursday, Friday or Saturday. Now, if you do actually apply this particular feature, this particular perk, then the second of 2 nights weekend stay would actually be credited to you when you check in. However, the actual price for the first weekend night will not be the non-refundable, that is non-flexible fare, which means that will be a flex fare, which will be slightly higher than what you can actually get on the website if you were not to apply this particular perk. However, taking into consideration that a lot of the Intercontinental globally would charge you more than 225 United States dollars, which at current rate would go at roughly 325 Canadian. So look at a lot of the properties in the United States, they would easily go at $600 to $1,000 per night. That means that this particular program is not only a shortcut to your Platinum Elite status with IAG, but also to a very nice discount on your Intercontinental stay. And again, if you do actually stay with Intercontinental more than once, that would be very, very advisable. So there you have it. Basically, we are talking about 4 different status with 3 hotel chains across 2 credit cards, with one of these chains not even necessitating a credit card. We hope that was very helpful. Just to sum it up, again, you could get your Marriott Bonvoy Silver, even Gold. You can get your Hilton Gold, or you could get your IAG Platinum Elite status. Thank you for being with us today. Again, we are encouraging you to subscribe right at the bottom so we can give you yet more relevant information to your day-to-day spending and your aspirational travel or any other perks that you might be after. We will see you soon.